everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today I want to do a little shop with me on my laptop, go to some of my favorite sites, and talk about popular clothing pieces that I'm avoiding and won't be buying this year. The reason why I'm doing today's video is because I feel like a bad purchase is not only expensive, but it's actually an annoyance and a disturbance in my wardrobe. If we have too many of these bad purchases kind of hanging in our wardrobe, it can actually stop us from finding our personal style and dressing our best. So today I want to talk about the things that I won't be purchasing and most importantly, why. Let's start off today on the end of a stories website. So I'm going to go into the what's new section and then let's just have a look. The very first thing that I won't be purchasing this year is a bomber jacket. So I'm looking at this one. It's called the oversized satin flight jacket. I like the D-ring detail and also the oversized shape. I will never get a casual jacket that is really fitted. It needs to have a very comfortable shoulder and larger armholes so I can layer it over hoodies, sweaters, and anything casual. The reason why I won't be buying a bomber jacket is because it's one of those pieces I tried years ago. I had a small bomber jacket, it was more fitted, and I never wore it. The reason is I tend to prefer my jackets to be a bit more formal, and I know this based on what's in my wardrobe and what I wear the most. If I own this jacket, I know that it will always be overshadowed by my blazers and more unique jackets. If you're looking to buy something new, really look at your wardrobe and see if there's anything that can overshadow it. Something that you'll wear in a similar climate, on a similar occasion. And if you have something that you like better, you'll probably never wear the one you like less. This here is actually my boyfriend's bomber jacket. It's very oversized on me because it's like a men's medium or large. But I imagine it's going to look very similar to the end of a stories one here. This denim jacket is on the casual side, so similar to a bomber. But it is a little bit more unique and special to me. If I wasn't looking for something really casual, I've got my blazers that I love, and then also these more fitted jackets that feel more elegant and more feminine. Thinking about the way you put together an outfit is also important. I tend to do really simple base layers, plain top and trousers, and then use my jacket to really add a polish to my look. You can kind of see that with a bomber jacket, if I use this approach, my outfit will be incredibly underwhelming. So this is an item that doesn't spark a lot of joy in me, so it is something that I won't be purchasing and I'll be avoiding this year. Let me just clarify that nothing in today's video is a bad item. A bomber jacket I've seen styled so well on so many people. They can look amazing, but I just don't feel like it's needed in my wardrobe. And that's what this video is about. I'm gonna head over to the popular pieces tab and have a browse here. Something here that catches my eye is this casual short sleeve jumpsuit, and it actually reminds me of a jumpsuit that I purchased from End of Stories last year. I've decided that I don't want to purchase any more jumpsuits, and the reason is I can't really decide if I like them. I feel like they are a little bit too high maintenance for how good I feel in them. Jumpsuits look nice on, but I don't feel like it's that special or wow or amazing to justify the hassle of wearing one. I'm usually willing to tolerate a little hassle if I feel like the item is special enough, but these are too casual for me to want to do that. As much as a jumpsuit can be really elongating and flattering, I feel like I would rather achieve it with separates and then also be able to buy items that I get more versatility from. If I just imagine, I can get like a navy top and navy trousers and create so many looks with those pieces, whereas with a jumpsuit, I do feel a little bit more limited in my styling. So no more jumpsuits for 2023. It's always a matter of perspective because on the flip side, jumpsuits are really elongating and they're a really good one and done outfit to get you out the door. I've gone into the tab Luxe Layering and I just saw this coat. The third thing that I won't be purchasing are coats and jackets that have very sharp details. So whether that's in the shoulder or the lapels, anything that has very angular, sharp features, I'll be avoiding. If we look at this boxy, double-breasted wool coat, it comes in yellow and it comes in white. When I'm looking at this listing, I feel like it looks amazing on the model. She's got these angular features, she's taller, she seems to have a very strong shape, and I feel like this jacket suits her so well. But I also know from past experience that when I wear these jackets, it can feel very exaggerated. And I feel like I am a lot softer in features than her. So this type of angular shape doesn't quite work. It doesn't quite translate like that. Instead of wearing these boxy double-breasted coats, I do much prefer myself in an oversized belted coat, something like this one. It's softer around the neckline, it's more long line, It also allows me to cinch it in at the waist. Another huge consideration for me is lifestyle. For the double-breasted jacket, I can really only see myself wearing it to go to an office or to a more glam evening. Whereas the second belted coat covers pretty much everywhere I wear a jacket. So I might work from home and then wear it to duck out to meet friends. And then on my way home, I might run to the grocery store and pick up a few things. And it looks normal at all of those places. And I can't say the same about the double-breasted, more structured version. Next up, I want to have a little browse at Cezanne, one of my absolute favorite places to shop. But even then, there are definitely types of items that I don't purchase from them. So something that comes to mind is this Marty shirt. This shirt features a lot of details that I just kind of want to avoid for 2023. I've recently been going through this book. It's called The Creative Pragmatist by Amy Smilovic, creative director of Tibi. And she wrote that when she's designing clothing, she likes to follow the rule of 3. And if I just apply that to this blouse, there are just so many features. We've got the button kind of details. We've got that shirt effect on the collar and then also the sleeve. We've got that big ruffle that kind of goes in a V across the body. We've got the pattern, the color. There's really just a lot of design elements on this blouse. And when I wear things that are this detailed, I do find it a little bit too overwhelming on me. Another reason I like to avoid these blouses is because in my head, I'm always thinking, it'll work with that skirt and that pants. But ideally, I want clothing that will match with a range of things in my wardrobe and will match with most of my things rather than just a specific few. It goes back to versatility. That is honestly one of the top things I look for, and this just doesn't quite meet it. This blouse here is probably closer to something I would actually wear because it's a little detailed so it's not boring, but at the same time it's just got so much versatility to style it in any way I want. Very quickly, I wanted to pull up this Dowen sweater just to show you the difference between this and the Cezanne blouse. I mean, obviously they're different things, but from a design perspective, this just feels a lot more wearable. You know, we've got the bright colors, we've got the pattern through the stripe, and then we've got this really chunky hand-knitted texture. And these are the 3 elements of this sweater. I feel like I can pair this with anything because it hasn't gone overboard with detail. I wanted to draw out the differences. So pieces like that Cezanne blouse that are overly detailed, whether that's a top or a sweater or even like a dress, I don't want to be purchasing this year. If you by chance like more minimalist or more maximalist style, then I don't feel like this rule really applies. It's just something that I'm keeping in mind for my own purchases this year. A very popular clothing item are these fleece jackets, which I've been seeing everywhere. Fleece can definitely be very warm, very practical, and I do have a Patagonia fleece that I wear for skiing. Beyond the practicality elements, I don't really love these jackets. I'm definitely someone who wears her fair share of oversized clothing, but even for me, this is a little bit too much. This is an item that I could never get wear from. I don't like it style-wise, and then practicality-wise, I don't live in a cold climate. I would love to hear your thoughts on this one, whether you like it, whether you hate it. I imagine if you live in a cold climate, it could work really well. As an alternative in the cold, I would probably do something like this rag and bone jacket inside a coat over heat tech, and then also sweaters, as opposed to this jacket, but that's just me personally. I always say I love Tibi, and pretty much anything they design, release, I love. But even they can't get me to like it because I don't like this design either. That is really quite rare, and I think it shows how indifferent I am towards these cozy fleece jackets. Whenever I see this piece worn well, it's usually in an outfit like this one. This definitely leans a little bit more trendy because she's got that low-rise jean as well, but I do think it suits her, especially with the hair pulled back. Something else that I definitely won't be purchasing are cargo pants that are very structured. I've gone into Net-a-Porter, not because I shop here a lot, but because they just have a very wide range, and clicked into this Frankie Shop one. This one is very expensive, so I mean, I wouldn't buy it anyway, but it has a lot of details that I kind of want to break down. Firstly, with the pocket placement, I would be very, very particular about this. I feel like for me, lower down on the pant is okay, but if it's anywhere near my hip or the top of my leg, I generally find this to widen the widest part on my body, which is the hip region. So where the pocket is placed, I like to pay a lot of attention to because this just adds width to wherever it is. Not bad if it's placed somewhere strategic for you, but for me, if it's high up, it's always unflattering. This pant is a little bit thicker and more structured. The model's wearing heels and she's tall, so it works. But if I'm wearing a sneaker with the cargo pants, it can often make the outfit feel very bottom heavy, so I don't wear the pant as much. I've kind of learned this about the cargo pant from a past purchase. And now that the cargo pant is in style again, I know that I'm probably not gonna buy into it because it's not the easiest, most versatile thing to wear. If I'm buying a pair of pants and it only works with heels, it's probably not gonna be the most versatile item in my wardrobe, given I wear sneakers a lot. I personally will not be getting a structured cargo pant, but I do have a more fluid style on my wish list. In my wardrobe, I have these Grana silk cargo trousers. I really like these because I feel like the fluid shape is really flattering, and something like this green Reformation trouser would also be amazing. I love the color of these. I think the drape is really nice. And this for me is just a lot more flattering and a lot more versatile for my own wardrobe. Another style that I really love is this Tibby one. This one just seems a lot more wearable than some of the ones I've come across. I adore the color and the texture that it gives. If this was on sale, I would absolutely get this and can see it being so versatile in my wardrobe. These two styles I feel like are a little bit more wearable, but in general, I will be avoiding cargo pants, especially the ones that are very structured. Since I'm on Net-a-Porter, I've kind of wandered over to the handbag section, and after taking a look, I found something that I definitely want to avoid. So very structured, rectangular or square handbags is something that I'm just not into right now. So I do want to avoid these for 2023. This Jacquemus tote is a really good example. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right, so very sorry. But this bag with the very sharp kind of edges, with the very structured shape, I just feel like doesn't go with the vibe I want to create right now. Let me explain my reasoning for not liking these very structured bags right now. I have a lot of pieces in my wardrobe that are a little bit more dressy. So blazer is always the example that I give. And I do rely on my handbag to be a styling tool to dress my blazers down. Obviously, the inside pieces dress it down, but the bag is also another aspect. If I wore a really structured bag with my blazer, I look far too polished, whereas something slouchier, softer works a lot better. This here is the bag that I've been using this week, and this one is more structured because it's got a lot of shape, but this is also round, and I feel like that softens it a little bit. And the most harsh shapes for me right now are the rectangular ones or square, that are also structured. For every example I've shared today, I've tried to give a flip side. So if you're going to the office every day and you want to dress really professionally, but still be casual, then in that case, you might do, more comfortable clothing and then use a very structured bag to dress up your look. It's the reason why a lot of people use these type of bags for work. They're more structured, they have more shape, and they look more professional. Whereas these slouchier bags are a lot better for dressing down outfits. My lifestyle working from home is way too casual to wear these structured bags, and this is a purchase that I will not be making this year. And then in the future, I'm sure there will be a day that I will love them again because they suit my lifestyle. But for now, they don't really match, and I won't be buying these this year. If you like structured bags, but you also want something more effortless, I came across this one, which I thought was interesting. It's got shape to it, but at the same time, it's also got that slouch in the middle. It manages to look polished yet relaxed, which is something I really like. If I want a shape, this is the kind of thing I would go for, but honestly, I have bags in my collection right now that do this. So this is not on my wish list, just something I saw while browsing. So those were some of the popular clothing items that I'm avoiding and not looking to purchase this year. Let me know in the comments down below if you have something on your list that you are avoiding, and also let me know what your thoughts were of things I mentioned in today's video. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching today's video. This video is pre-filmed. I'm currently in Japan. So if you like to follow along my travel journey and daily winter looks, follow me over on Instagram for daily updates. If you enjoyed today's video, I do have a ton of other videos that are similar on my channel, and I'll throw some of them on the screen. Have a lovely week ahead, and I'll see you next one. Bye.